Okay, so just so we can get a little of an idea of what we want to do, I kind of backwards deconstructed this because I had a good idea of what I wanted to do and just laid out some of the frames in a storyboard format. So when you're developing your storyboard for this, what you want to think about is you can figure out your transitions and have ideas of them, but you want to think about your stuff framed and showing what they're going to look like when they're framed in. And then you can, start to think, oh, well, this is going to drop down and then my name is going to come in from the sides. Then the whole group is going to rotate onto its side. And then this red shape's going to drop down, and then the text, as I'm saying it, is Ty Carrier is going to appear. And then think about how the trend, this is my end result of, and I'm your instructor for, is going to be, but then I can illustrate or talk about or make notation of how it gets into this format. And then how I would get to the next sort of freeze frame that I want to get to, the transition between these two. And basically, oops, I have that backwards. Silly me. We'll move you over here, see what happens. And we'll move you over here. That's better. See. So then it's like motion graphics, then it's gonna we're gonna fly in as a camera and the eye is gonna appear. Little heart is gonna come in, knock the eye over to the side. I love science fiction. So that is the general idea. It may change a little because every time you do it, you sometimes make a bit different decision, stuff you want to do. But that's the general idea. And so the first thing is just getting that text to come in the way it's coming in, or getting the text lined up first. Okay. So just so we can see that, I have these tools. This one is the one you're going to use the most, the selection tool, because that allows you to select things, move them around, do everything that you want, like scaling them and stuff like that. We have the hand tool, which allows us to pan around, because even though this is the camera, as it were, what you're going to see, you can have things when things are animated, they're going to be off to the side and then come in. So we'll need to move that around, grab them, and key them in and out. Let me kind of make a little more room. There we go. And we'll talk more about some of these little guys. So I'm just going to do first my original setup, which is click on the text tool. If I click and hold, you can see you can type it horizontally or vertically. We're going to be a little normal and just do horizontally. And when I do that, over to the right, we can see I have the different types of character and paragraph information. So I'm just going to type in, click in here, and you see it creates this layer. Type in hello. Now, if I click and just select the arrow, you'll see that I can move this around. And with it selected, I can go in here and I can change its scale. I can also type in how big I might want it. And I can even go to paragraph and say, center, just like that. And if I put my cursor over the name while it's selected, and I start rolling the mouse scroll, you'll see that you can actually change the font and see what the font is. So if I actually go here, I could just do that to see which ones. If I had one in mind, I could just click and then scrub to find the one that I wanted. But if I do something like, let's say like this, let's just kind of move this over here. So if I have this, and then of course I can choose, is it regular, is it bold, depending on the look and the style that I want. Bold is a lot stronger. Nice sans serif, meaning no handles, no serifs, is a little more inviting, a little bit easier. It's not quite as, as rough. So it just really just kind of depends on what look you're going for. But as you can see, I can just scroll through by moving my mouse. You can also use your arrows if your mouse roller is giving you issues. So I click in there and just use my arrows on my computer to find the one that I might want. I may say, oh, you know what, I kind of like veranda. And let's say, well, Verdana, actually, and use that. Okay. So, and you'll notice my layer changes to that. Okay. So if I had this, then I select it, I have it selected, I hit Control D to duplicate it. Now there's Hello 2. I move it over, double click, click away. Oops, go back to that selection tool, double click, and I'm moving it over and holding down Shift so that you'll notice it's constraining it and keeping it in alignment. We'll talk about alignment in a little bit. I'll just go here, name. And then I will position these and scale these based off of oh, hello. It's a tad big. So if we do something like that, let's move you over, make you a little bit more humble. Something like that. So now I would just start to position these guys sorry, my computer's acting a little wonky. And then I can just edit and scale these as needed to get the general shapes and stuff that I want. And if this is going to be like a foundation that's on it, and just to get these guys going, and then line them up the way you want. I can also use my arrows and stuff like that, and just get them. And you see they extend the entire part of the actual composition so far, which is a bit much.